Okay, so let's come to our mat. So we're going to start cross-leg today. So as always, just listening to your body, working with your own body's limitations, any injuries that you've got going on. There won't be any props needed for today's practice, so it's literally just yourself, a mat and some water. Know when to come down to child's pose or have a rest at any point, but then equally know if you feel good to give yourself a bit of a challenge too. So let's start either cross-legged or kneeling, whichever is most comfortable for you, and then just start to connect to your body. So close down the eyes or soften the gaze if closing the eyes isn't comfortable, and grow tall through the spine. Have a little gentle tug of the chin so we create space in the back of the neck. And imagine someone's drawing you up from the crown of the head. So you've got this nice length through the spine. And keep the shoulders nice and soft. So hands can either come down into your lap in front of you or come to the thighs, palms down or palms up, whichever is most comfortable for you. And then just pause and arrive. So bringing your awareness internally. So noticing how you're feeling. Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling a little bit lethargic with the weather? It's been incredibly hot this week, so just honour your body in terms of how it's shown up today. And then start to connect to the breath. So breathe in through the nose, and as you breathe in, imagine your belly is like a balloon, so we're inflating it out, creating this space. The inhale is our energizing breath. Then as we exhale, soften and release, cleansing breath, cleansing, releasing. Inhale for a count of 4 through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale for a count of 6, release and let go. Good, softening the jaw, inhale and exhale. Good, inhale. And then keeping this breath, taking the hands just below the ear, around the jawline, and just give yourself a little gentle massage. So we often store a lot of tension within the jawline, especially if you get anxious, you clench your teeth or grind your teeth. We store a lot of tension here, which then can also refer to the neck too. So just give yourself a little massage. It can be a little bit tender, but just try and work with it, easing any tension, keeping that breath, just giving yourself that little self-massage. Good. Keeping the jaw nice and soft. And then once you've done that, and you feel you've done enough massage, release the hands, come back to the breath. Good. And then when we're ready, slowly opening the eyes. So bringing the right fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, side bend to the right. So really root down through that left sit bone. Roll the left shoulder back just a little bit, and think about this energy. So muscle engagement through the arm, the left arm. Good. Gentle tuck of the chin, or if it's comfortable, you can gaze underneath the left armpit. Good. Inhale to come to center, release the left fingertips down, reach the right arm up. Exhale over to the left. So we're creating this space within the side body. Keep the hips down, even weight through both sit bones. Good. Inhale to come to center, and then bring the hands down beside you. Inhale, sweep both arms into the air. Left arm comes forward, right hand behind. Find length on the inhale, and then start to twist to the right. Bringing the left hand to the right knee. Little micro bend in the right elbow, and soften the shoulder away from the ears. Good. One more breath here. Just not forcing the body, just a gentle encouragement as we rotate through the spine. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right arm comes forward to the left hand behind. Find that length first. Then exhale to twist to the left. Keep the spine nice and long. Shoulders are soft. Good. Squeeze the tummy in towards the spine. Keep the gentle tuck of the chin. One more breath here. Good. And then on your next inhale, coming back to center. Okay, so coming into our forward fold, so bring the hands in front of you, And think about the sit bones being really heavy, but we're going to come into a little bit of a contraction here. So to start with, think about that pelvic tilt. So we're tilting the pelvis anteriorly. Find that length and then exhale, hinge forward. So we want to find a long spine here rather than curving down. Keep active. So imagine you're pressing the fingertips into the mat and dragging them towards you, and the sit bones are pressing into the mat behind you. Squeeze the tummy. Good. Keep the shoulders soft, gentle tuck of the chin. And then walk the hands over to the right hand side. Good. One breath here. Inhale, coming through center. Good. Then take it to the left. Well done. Coming back to center. And then walk the hands in towards you. Change the cross of the leg, so the opposite leg's in front. Inhale to find length, find that pelvic tilt, then hinge forward. Good. Breathing into wherever you're feeling it. So you might feel this in the outer hip. You might feel this in the backs of the legs, the back. Good. And then take the hands over to the left. Nice and active, press the fingertips down, squeeze the tummy. Imagine you're drawing the hands towards each other, so we're active through the inner arms and chest. Back to center. Good, and then over to the right. So finding as much muscular engagement as we can. Good, coming back through center, and then walk the hands in towards you. So taking the hands to the knees, we're coming into some hip circles now. So as we inhale, draw the chest forwards, coming into the clockwise movement. And then exhale, the chin comes into the chest as you round through the spine. So just get as much movement through the spine as we can. Good. Squeeze the tummy, inhale comes forward. Exhale. And then pause and reverse, so go in the opposite direction. Moving fluidly, finding that space within the body. Good, maybe releasing some clicks and pop. Nice. And then slowly come to stillness. So coming into a little bit of hip work now, we're going to come to our 90-90. So we're going to start with the right leg in front and then the left leg comes behind. So we're aiming for 90-degree in both legs, but you need to listen to your hips and your knees here. So if you're not feeling comfortable, you're feeling any pinching and discomfort, you can play around with the position of the legs. The most important thing is that we feel a stretch, but you're not causing any pain or pinching or anything, and your weight can be even through both sit bones. So wherever you are, find that position with the legs, and then just bring the hands either side of the right leg. So the right leg's in front, left leg is behind. So right hip is in external rotation, left hip is in internal rotation. And then hinge forwards, folding over the right leg. So we want to feel a passive stretch here, but you might want to walk your hands further to the left, further to the right. Wherever you're feeling this stretch, then go deeper to wherever feels good for you. Okay, and then just soften here, breathing in. So coming to that steady, natural breath. Breathe in for 4 and out for 6 as we soften the body. Good, soften the shoulders. Just 5 more breaths here. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. Then as you inhale, slowly walk the hands in towards you. Flex the left foot, and what we're going to do is isometrically contract. So imagine we're engaged, so engage the right glutes, engage the inner thigh, and we're going to press the mat away from us. So squeeze the tummy, squeeze the glutes, and imagine you're trying to get that mat lower. So keep flexing, strong through the shoulders, feel that muscular engagement. Shaking is good, by the way. Also, if you cramp, this is perfectly normal. It's just a neurological confusion as we're tensing, we're engaging here, we're active. Good. So 5, 4, keep squeezing, 3, 2, 1. Now imagine you're trying to lift the leg off of the mat. So we're activating through the inner thighs, still the glutes, flex the foot. So we're trying to lift that leg up, but we're not actually moving it, okay? So about 10 to 20% of your strength. Squeeze the tummy. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the contraction, then fold down again. Maybe finding a little bit more space through that outer right hip. Good. Breathing here. Good. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good. 2 more breaths here. Keep the shoulders nice and soft. Keep that weight even. Then walk the hands in towards you. Now we're going to come to this left hip. So you can either bring the hands over either side of the left leg and fold over. So you'll get less movement here in internal rotation. Or if that's not comfortable, bring the hands behind you and bring hinge a little bit through the hip. So just breathing here, noticing where you're feeling it around this left hip. Good. Keep the left foot flexed. Find that space. Good. So just 5 more breaths here in this passive stretch, not forcing the body. Good. 2 more breaths. And then from here, squeeze the left glute, squeeze the leg, and imagine we're trying to lift that leg off of the mat. So squeeze everything. This time a little bit more, 20 to 30% of your strength. Squeeze, we're trying to get that leg off of the floor. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the leg. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try and push that leg down. So we're still muscular, we've still got that engagement through the muscles, squeezing as much as you can, finding that strength, squeeze the tummy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the engagement, then maybe find a little bit more space as we fold over that left hip. Just feel what's going on here. Good. 5 more breaths. Keep the hips softening down. Good. And then easing off, bring the hands behind you. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, press the heels down, start to lift that left leg. So we're bringing the hip into external rotation. Good. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Then we're going to come into our bear pose. So bring the ankles roughly under the knees, feet facing out. So working through that strength and mobility. So mobility is the flexibility and strength within the joint, which is really important to maintain our joint health. So, and also to avoid injuries. So flex the feet, and then with the left leg, we're going to draw it into internal rotation. So the knee comes in, and then external rotation. Then the right leg, internal rotation through the hip, and then external, and then back to the left. So we're just alternating. Internal, external rotation through the left and the right passively. So there's no activation within the muscles here. Good. So just finding that space. Good. And then the next time the left leg comes into external rotation, the right leg comes internally. We're going to come into our 90-90 to the left. So find your setup first. You might need to play around with positioning of the legs, whether the hip and internal rotation needs to be adjusted. You can draw the heel closer, lift the leg a little bit higher. And then from here, find your balance, your centre of gravity drawing down, and then hinge forward, folding over that left leg. So again, you can bring the hands over to the left if that feels better, or the right. Whatever feels good for you, wherever you're feeling that stretch. Good, and then passively soften here. So breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Feeling the hips respond. Good. 5 more breaths here. Keep that steady natural breath. Feeling that stretch in the outer left hip. Good. And then slowly coming up. Bring the hands either side of the left leg. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the thigh. And imagine you're trying to press the leg down. So 10 to 20% of your strength. Feeling a shake possibly. Good. Squeeze, keep that engagement. Tummy squeezing in. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3. Keep squeezing. 2, 1. Now try and lift that leg off of the floor. Squeeze the core. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Really get that muscular engagement. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften. And then fold down. Maybe find a little bit more space. So we're working we're working both through the end range and the full range here. So creating that strength, which then allows the hips to adjust and register that new range of movement, both in a strength ways and a flexibility sense too. Good. And then coming up, start to turn towards the right. Bring the hands either side of the right leg or behind. Just find that passive stretch into this internal rotation through the right hip. Breathing here. So there'll be a lot less internal rotation than there will external. And we often train our hips in external rotation, but we don't often do much internally. So this is really beneficial for the hips through the different planes of movement. Good. Then squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thigh. Imagine we're trying to lift that leg off of the mat. So isometrically contracting, 20 to 30% of your strength. Really feel the muscular engagement. Shaking is a good sign. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then imagine you're trying to press that leg down. So you're pressing the floor away or the mat away underneath you. Good. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thigh, as much strength. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the contraction and fold over. Good. Breathing here, easy natural breath. Just coming to that passive range. Good. 5 more breaths. Just allow the hips just to register, respond. Good. And then slowly coming up. Bring the hands behind you. Squeeze the right glute. Press the right heel down. And then we're going to transition back through 90-90. So the right heel, right leg. Both hips are in external rotation now. Good. And then what we're going to do is squeeze the glutes and the inner thighs. And imagine we're trying to draw the legs towards each other. So towards centre. So we're really firing up through the inner thighs. Press the heels down. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the tummy. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then soften, maybe find a little bit more space. Good. And then bring the legs into a cross. We're going to transition to our tabletop. So either roll over the knees or come to one side. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. So the wrists underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hip. So coming to our cat-cow. So inhale, tilt the pelvis, belly draws through, gaze forwards. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Chin in towards the chest, belly in towards the spine. Good. Inhale. Find that movement. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, squeeze everything in. Inhale. Good. Exhale. And then inhale, come to your neutral tabletop. We're going to transition to our plank. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Step one leg back, step the other leg back. So of course come down to your knees at any point, but keep the hips over further forwards than the knees, so we're not in this box pose, because of course we're not really doing anything here. So we want that core engagement. Good. Gentle tug of the pelvis. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Lift up through the front thighs. Good. Squeeze the tummy in towards the spine. Gaze slightly forward so we're not collapsing the head down. Strong through the shoulders here. Good. Squeeze the right glutes. Float the right leg off of the mat. Flex the right foot. Good. Right knee to right elbow and back. Right knee, right elbow, really squeeze the tummy and back. Right knee, right elbow and back. Release the right leg down. Change side, squeeze the left glute, hover the left foot, flex the foot, good. Left knee, left elbow and back. Left knee, left elbow and back. Left knee, left elbow and back. Good. Release the left leg down. Bring the knees down. Untuck the toes. Shift the weight slightly forward. Squeeze the tummy. Press into the hands so we're not collapsing through the shoulders. As we inhale, come down halfway. Little press up. Exhale, press up. Good. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press up. Keep those elbows hugging in. If you lose control in that strength, then just come down a little bit less so you're not coming down as far. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, come all the way down to your tummy. Untuck the toes. Hands by the shoulders. Press the tops of the feet and the pubic bone in. Squeeze the glutes as we inhale, come to our baby cobra. Hover the hands to make sure that the back's doing the strength work here. Squeeze the tummy, making sure we're really active through the lower legs. Exhale, release the hands, release the forehead down. Inhale, coming onto our knees. Tuck the toes, coming into our downward facing dog. So send the hips nice and high. Good. So first down dog of the day. So just be mindful that we're not pushing or looking at the knees. Bring a little bit of movement. Think about that length through the spine. And just check in with the neck. Are you holding the neck? Or can we bring a little bit of movement? Nod the head yes and no to release through the neck. Gliding the shoulders towards the hips. Especially in down dog, it's really easy for the shoulders to creep up towards the ears. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Good. Breathing here. Okay, so step the feet together. We're going to come into our side plank. So as we ripple forwards to plank, squeeze the tummy, feet are together. Ground the right hand down. Press through the hand so we're strong through the shoulder. And then come to the outside edge of the right foot. Okay, so you can release the right leg down if you need to. Lift the left hand. So imagine someone is drawing your hips by a piece of string up to the ceiling. Nice and strong. Suck that belly in, squeeze those glutes. Imagine you've got a pencil between your butt cheeks. Good. Option to lift that left leg. Flex the foot. Soften the jaw. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If the left leg is lifted, bend the knee, and then everybody else, we're going to transition with that left leg to the top of the mat. So however you can, spin onto the ball of the right foot, lightly step that left foot through to our lizard. Pause here, left hand comes in front, comes inside of the left leg. Super strong through that right thigh. So try to avoid collapsing the hips down, which is often quite common. So zip everything up. Squeeze it in the thighs, glutes are active, chest draws through. Shoulders are soft, you can bring a little bit of movement here, you can come into some hip circles. Do whatever feels good for you. Good, just find a little bit of space through those hips. And then come to stillness. Walk that left leg into the center, into our runner's lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, shift the hips back, folding over that left leg. We don't need to lock that left leg, so have a little micro bend, and we want, the most important thing is that active engagement. So drag the left heel back and press the foot down. So we're active here, squeezing the thighs. Good, inhale to come forward, chest draws through. Squeeze the tummy, exhale to come back. Good, inhale to come forward. Exhale to come back. Inhale to come forward. Pause here. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze in the thighs, press the left foot down. Inhale, rise up to our high lunge. Good. Use the torso to add that length. So squeeze everything in, find that length, reach up. Good. Inhale here and exhale. Good. From here, we're going to lift the left heel up on the inhale and down. Up and down. Up and down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the right heel down. We're going to now tap the right knee down. So we come down and drive up. Down, drive up. Good. 5. Really squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hover the knee down. Good. We're going to lift the left heel up again and down. Up and down. Up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, release the hands down. Step back plank. Good. Come through your vinyasa. So either lower down through full plank to your tummy or with the knees down. Elbows in. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the tummy. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Good. Option to lift the hands off or keep the hands down. Just making sure most of the weight, most of our strength is coming through the back, so we're not putting all the weight through the hands. Exhale, release down. Inhale, coming onto our knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, come forwards to our high plank. Step the feet together, transitioning to our side plank. Spin to the outside of the left foot. Left knee comes down if necessary. Just check in with this left hand, this left shoulder. We don't want to collapse down. Want to find that strength and stability. Good. Reach the right arm up, squeeze the glutes, lift through the hips, squeeze the tummy. Maybe float the right leg up. Good. Flex the right foot. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If the right leg is lifted, bend the knee, and however we can, transition really slowly with control, stepping that right foot forwards into our lizard. So the right hand comes inside the right leg, just checking in that we're not collapsing the hips down. Active and bringing some movement forwards and back, maybe some circles, just easing into the hips this side. Good. And then come to stillness. Walk that right foot in the middle, in between the hands, so we're now in our runner's lunge. This is our inhale. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Squeeze in the thighs, press the right foot down, drag it back. Good. Inhale to come forward. Draw that chest through. Use the tummy. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Pause here. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, float the arms up. Good. So strong through this right leg. Good. Left leg is engaged, lifting through the thighs. Squeeze the glutes, torso is active. Good. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, down. And up. And down. Up on the inhale, down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Left heel, left knee bends, touches down, drive up. Squeeze the glutes. Really press through that right heel. Down on the exhale and up. Good. 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, last one, come down and hold, right heel lifts up and down, up and down, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the hands down. Step back plank. Either lower down to your belly or lower through chaturanga. So come down halfway. Flip the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Gaze forward. Walk, step, float lightly to the top of the mat. Inhale for your halfway lift. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core and the hip flexors. Exhale to fold down. Good, head is heavy. Inhale, come all the way up, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the hands through heart center. Good. Okay, so taking a big wide step along the long edge of the mat, and the toes out, heels are in. Coming into our snake squats. So bring the hands in front of you. Start bending into the right knee. We're not going to come all the way down because we want to work with that strength. Squeeze the glutes, bend into that right knee. Good. Press into the right foot and come back up. Left side. Good. Squeeze the tummy, squeeze the glutes. Really drive through that left heel as we come up. Over to the right. Good. And drive up. Exhale to come down. We squeeze through this extended leg and drive up. Good. And up. Good. Next time we come to the right, pause and hold. Good. Bring the hands in front of you. Maybe lift the left heel, but squeeze the glutes. Imagine you're dragging the heels towards each other, so we're nice and strong. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back through center. Exhale to the left. Good. Drag the heels together. Isometrically contract through the inner thighs. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the tummy. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up through center. Good. Heels in, toes out this time. Bring the hands shoulder height. Inhale to find that length. Expand through the chest. Squeeze the tummy. Exhale, fold down. Swan dive down. Lift up through the front thighs. Release the hands down. Bring the weight slightly into the toes, so we're not locking into the knees and the weight's not coming too far back. Get those hips nice and high. Good. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, soften down. Good. Take hold of either the calves, the ankles, the outer edges of the feet, or for more of an Ashtangi practice, take hold of the big toes, soften down. Good. Bring the weight forwards. Lift through the front thighs. Squeeze the glutes, draw the legs towards each other. So we're nice and active. We're not just hanging out in our joints here, especially for those who are more mobile. It's really important to get that activation and that engagement. Good. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release the hands. Bend the knees, and we're going to heel toe the feet a little bit closer. This time heels in, toes out, coming into our low squat or our goddess pose, but with that strength. So hold it here, knees draw out, squeeze the glutes, inner thighs active. So imagine you're drawing the legs towards each other. Bring the hands in front of you. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press into the feet, squeeze the glutes, come all the way up to standing. Good. We're going to lower down for a count of 5. Squeeze the glutes, weight comes into the feet, especially the outer edges. Draw the knees forward as we come down for 5, 4. Stick the bum out a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Good. Pause here. We come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then step the feet together. Give the legs a little shake. Come to the top of the mat. Taking on some water. Now's quite a good time to take on some water. Good. Okay, so when we're ready, come to either the centre or the top of the mat. We're going to come through our chair pose. So either big toes to touch, slightly apart the ankles, or you can bring the feet hip width distance apart. As we inhale, bend the knees, send the hips down, reach the arms either in front of you or up ahead. Just listen to the shoulders here, especially if you've got any impingement, underlying shoulder issues. It's probably better for you to bring your arms roughly in line with the shoulders. Just make sure we can see the knees over the toes over the knees and then the weights in the heels. So lift the toes, squeeze the tummy, send the hips down. Good. Bring the arms down beside you, almost like we're flying. Inhale, sweep the arms up, come high on the tiptoes. Scissor those inner thighs together. Exhale, even if your legs are hip width distance, you can still isometrically contract the inner thighs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Release the heels down, keep the hands where they are. We're going to come into some little chair pulses. Good. Exhale, send the hips down. Inhale, come up. Down and up. Down and up. Good. 5, 4, 3, squeeze the glutes, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Good. Release the hands. Give the legs a little shake. Well done. A lot of leg work today. Okay. So we're going to come to our standing poses. We're going to come to our eagle with an optional transition to our warrior 3. So I'll show you sideways on. So left leg grounds down. This is our really strong, stable leg. Squeeze the glutes. Good. Bring the arms out to the side. And then take the right arm underneath the left arm. Either take hold of the shoulders, the backs of the hands, or the palms. Good. Lift the elbows roughly in line with the shoulders and draw the forearms slightly away from the face. Keep the chin slightly tucked so we've got length in the neck. Good. Then squeeze the tummy, squeeze the glutes, bend the knees. Good. Lift the right leg up. Either place it on top of the left leg once, so we cross it once, or twice. Tuck the toes behind. Good. Chest comes up. We want to avoid collapsing the torso forwards. So nice and strong. Good. Scissor the inner thighs. Tummy draws in. Glutes are active. Good. Either stay here, focusing on your balance, or if you want to transition to warrior 3, release the right leg. Good. Send the right leg back. Release the arms. Transitioning to our warrior 3. Arms come behind you. Internally rotate that right hip. Think cobra with the shoulders. Nice and strong through that left leg. Find that still point to focus on. Good. Recoiling back to our eagle. Soften the left knee. Draw the right leg through. Arms come forward as we take the right arm underneath the left. Come into our eagle arms again. Cross the right leg over the left. Once, maybe twice. Back into our eagle. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming up, release the arms. Give the legs a little shake. Good. So coming to the other side now. Arms come out. Left arm comes underneath the right arm. Either take hold of the shoulders, backs of the hands, or the palms. Inhale to lift the elbows in line with the shoulders. Tuck the chin slightly. So our right leg is our strong leg now. This is our foundation, our base. When you're ready, load that right leg. Bend the right knee. Bring lightness to the left. Cross the left leg over once, maybe twice as we tuck the toes. Upright with the chest. Find that still point to focus on. Send the hips down. Squeeze in the thighs, but don't collapse that torso forwards. Good. Super strong here. Squeeze the glutes. And then coming into that warrior 1 transition. Slowly release that left leg. Send that left leg back as we unravel the arms. Coming into our warrior 3. Arms come down beside you. Internally rotate that left hip. Squeeze the glute. Flex the left foot. Find that still point to focus on. Tummy super strong. Good. Recoiling. Rebend that right knee. Draw that left knee through. Left arm comes underneath the right into our eagle arms. Cross the left leg over the right once, maybe twice. Finding your eagle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Give the legs a little shake. Well done. Okay, so coming to our standing pigeon. So ground down through the left leg, and we're going to take the right leg on top of the left thigh. So like a figure of 4. Bring the hands to your heart center. Flex the right foot. Start to bend into the knee, the left knee, as we send the hips down. Stay up with the chest, opening into that right outer hip. You can bring a little bit of movement if you want, side to side. Good. Breathing here. Option to stay here, or if you have floating pigeon, coming into your floating pigeon, where you bend the left knee a little bit more, bring the hands down, wrap the right toes around the upper left arm and hook the right knee behind the left tricep. Ground the hands, chaturanga arms, bring the weight forwards, lift that left leg. Good. Squeeze the tummy in, elbows in, and then release. And then if you came into your floating pigeon, come out the way you came in, transitioning back through our figure of four, coming all the way up and release that right leg. Good, and then give the legs a little shake. Coming to the other side. So left leg, left ankle comes to the right thigh, flex the left foot, bring the hands to our heart center as we send the hips down. Good. Find that space in the outer left hip. We've done a lot of hip strength work today. So finding that opening. Option to stay here or to transition to your floating pigeon. So bend the right knee a little bit more, ground the hands, tuck the left toes around the back of the right arm. Left shin comes to the back of the left arm. Elbows in, chaturanga arms. Squeeze the tummy. Find that biting point as we lift that right foot up. Good, squeeze everything in. Look forwards. And then come out when you're ready. Come out the way you came in. Coming all the way up. Good, release that left leg and give the legs a little shake. Well done. Okay, so come to the top of the mat, have a little bit of water before we make our way down to the mat. Good. So coming through a flow, so bring the hands to our heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, maybe come to a baby back bend. Exhale, fold down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the tummy. Exhale, step back plank or hop back chaturanga with bent elbows landing lightly, coming through the back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, plank. We're going to lower down for the count of 5 to our tummies, either with the knees down or through full plank. Make sure we're super strong through the glutes. Tummy sucks in. We're coming down for 5, elbows in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Untuck the toes. Good. And then bring the hands coming into our reverse crunches. So either glue the legs together if you know you're okay in your lower back like a mermaid's tail, or bring the legs roughly hip width distance apart. Bring the forehead down. Cradle the head, cradle the ears with the hands. Press the pubic bone down, press the tops of the feet down, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, peel the head, chest, shoulders off, elbows draw back, squeeze the shoulder blades and release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 5, 4, really squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the tummy. Don't let that pencil go between your butt cheeks. 3, 2, and last one. Good. Release the hands. Let the legs go all floppy and bring the forehead on top of the hands to create a pillow. Just allow everything to go. So soften the shoulders, the hips are nice and loose, the legs are loose. Just slow the heart rate down. Good. Okay, so we're going to come to our scorpion pose. So bring the arms out shoulder width like a T, okay? And then what we're going to do, bring the right hand to the mat. So the right hand comes to a 90-degree angle, and then start to rotate towards the left shoulder. So it's a shoulder opener. Bring the left ear down. The right leg, the legs can be sandwiched together. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can lift the right knee, bend the right knee, place the right foot behind you so the knee faces up, or for a deeper back bend, create that scorpion's tail by bringing that right leg, that right hip into extension, Maybe catch the right foot with the left hand. Breathing here, squeeze the tummy, squeeze the glutes. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out the way you came in, so release, gently coming back to your tummy. Good. And then transition to the other side. So the right arm is long, legs together. Left arm comes to that 90-degree angle as we rotate towards the right. Head comes down. Good. Keep the left elbow up towards the ceiling. Maybe take the left leg behind. Good. Maybe come into that scorpion's tail as we find that hip extension, catching the left foot with the right hand. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release as you came into it. Good. Slowly coming back. Forming a pillow with the other hand on top. So whichever hand was on top last time is now on the bottom. Let the legs go. Let everything could become nice and soft. Slow the heart rates. Good. Soften the jaw. 2 more breaths here. Good. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up onto our hands and knees. We're going to come to a restorative child's pose. So the knees come together, send the hips back towards the heels, and then hinge at the hips with the arms coming behind you. Lightly rest the forehead down. So just allow the shoulders to soften, really nice for the lower back, the shoulders. It can feel nice to roll over the forehead, easing any tension out of the neck. Good. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Good. And then slowly come all the way up. Good. We're going to transition to one hip. Come down onto our seat. Good. So we're gonna come do a little bit of core work, our boat. So grow nice and tall through the spine. Get right up onto those sit bones. Bring the hands behind the knees. Good. Grow tall through the spine, chest is broad, shoulders soft. Start to walk the feet in towards the hips. Hug the thighs together. Imagine you've got that block between the thighs, and hug the thighs as close as you can to the stomach. Hover the legs, hover the feet. Good. This might be enough for you. Keep squeezing the tummy. Maybe lift the shins parallel with the ceiling. Maybe release the hands. Good. Squeeze the thighs in. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, take hold of the big toes. Lift the legs up. Good. Squeeze the tummy. Flex the feet. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees come out wide as we exhale, fold down over those hips. Good. Well done. Coming all the way up. Bring the knees in. We're going to do that one more time. So you can either do any of the variations you did before or do a different variation. So when you're ready, find that core control. Find that position. Good. Breathing. Hug the thighs in. Squeeze the thigh. Imagine you've got that block between the thighs. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Soften the jaw. 5. Shoulders soft. 3, 2, 1. Release down. Knees come out wide. Bring the soles of the feet together as we fold over. Good. And then coming up. Okay, so we're going to draw the heels as close as we can towards the sit bones. Interlace the hands around the feet. Inhale to find length, and then tilt the pelvis As we exhale, fold over. So lead with the chest. We want that length through the spine. Shoulders are soft, breathing in and around the thighs. Good. Keep the neck soft. 2 more breaths here. Good. And then slowly coming up. This time walk the feet further away from you, so you've got more of like a diamond or like a sideways square. And then we're going to allow gravity to draw us down. So curl through the spine, tuck the chin. I quite like bringing my arms underneath my calves for this, but you don't have to. It's up to you. But just think about gravity drawing you down. So you're not forcing any depth here. You're just allowing the body to surrender. A passive stretch. Tuck the chin in towards the chest for a little bit of a deeper opening. So you might feel this in the hamstrings, the hips, the glutes, the lower back. Even as high as the shoulders, depending on where you have any fascial tightness. Good. Two more breaths. Well done. Slowly coming all the way up. Bring the knees up, and we're going to come down onto our backs, either through a roll down, or if you don't want to do any more core work, which I don't blame you, come straight down to your back. We've done quite a lot of strength work today, so come down however you want to come down. I'll come down through a roll down. So bring the arms forward, chin tucking in towards the chest, scoop the belly in, coming all the way down. Keep that deep core connection. You've got to piece the string from your belly to your spine. Don't let it go. Don't let it pop back out. Suck it in. Good, coming all the way down, lengthening the legs out, give your arms a big stretch, find that space. Good, and then hug the knees in towards the chest, give yourself a little rock and roll side to side. Nice. Come to stillness, hug the head up towards the knees, squeeze yourself into the smallest ball you can possibly create. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows. Good, and then release. Keep the right knee hugged in, left leg goes long. Bring the right thigh slightly outside the rib cage and come to our half happy baby to the right. So soften the hips. Good. And then draw the right knee back into center. Take the right leg across to the left. Left hand comes to the outer right leg as we come to our twist. Right arm can either be goal posted or up above, whatever's comfortable so the shoulders can stay soft. Just find that rotation through the spine. Good. 2 more breaths here. Well done, and then coming back through centre. Just centralise the hips again, right leg goes long, left knee hugs in. Bring it outside the rib cage as we come into our half happy baby. Shoulders are soft. Good. You can hold the back of the thigh. And then from here, take the left leg all the way across to the right. Take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Draw all the way across, coming to our twist. Come to that comfortable position for your arm, either up above, goal posted, out the side, whatever feels good for you. Good, 2 more breaths. And then slowly coming back onto your back, centralising the hips, and then prepare for your Shavasana. So you can either keep the legs out long, you can have a bend into the knees, maybe take on a little bit of water before you come to your relaxation if you need to. And then just find your stillness on your mat space. So soften the legs wherever you are, soften the shoulders, the hips, close down the eyes, and then just give this time back to yourself. So We don't often spend enough time in stillness, especially in our Shavasana. Really important to just be here in stillness and in quietness. Try to avoid any fidgeting. Just know that if your body's wanting to get out, it's temporary, and often it's the mind. So when we're in stillness, the mind often struggles the most. So close down the eyes, soften the jaw, soften the teeth, and give yourself permission to surrender. Allow the body to drift off to a place that's calm, peaceful, and then just feel that melting of the body, that surrender. And find that softness in the silence. Not getting caught up if the mind wanders, but just try to catch yourself and bring it back to your mat. And then slowly start to bring your awareness back into the room, back into the physical body. Start to bring gentle movements to the fingers and the toes. And then maybe rotate the wrists and the ankles. Waking yourself up mindfully and gently. Good. And then inhale, sweep the arms up over the head, giving yourself a full body stretch. Find as much space as possible. Good. And then hug the knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a full big hug. And thanking yourself for dedicating this time to your mind, your body, your yoga practice. And then gently roll to the right hand side. With the eyes closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, either cross-legged or kneeling. Eyes stay closed. Good. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, your Anjali Mudra, your prayer pose. Take the hands to the crown of the head for kind thoughts and positivity. The hands to the lips for kind words and honesty. And your hands to your heart center for love and compassion to yourself and all other beings. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Namaste.